When we break up with the person we love the most, the last thing we want to do is to stop being in touch with them, is to stop talking with them. But actually, in reality, if you want to get back with your ex, silence is the most powerful tool you can use. And you'll see what's going on in your ex's mind when you use that weapon against them. No worries, nobody will be injured, but you will be successful at recovering your relationship.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Hi, my name is Alexis. I'm an expert in relationship and I help you get back with your ex. I just wanted to introduce a quiz that I put together, and the reason I introduce this quiz right now is because what I'm going to explain works with people who have what I call recoverable relationship. Sorry about the noise because my cat is crazy during the morning anyway. So if you have a score above 15, it means that what I'm going to tell you applies to your situation. If it's below 15, it's honestly harder. It's not necessarily the same technique. You can, in a way, talk your ex out of the relationship, or maybe there's just no chance for you to get back together. But it's better for you to be sure that you're looking at the right content. The reason I also put that quiz together, of course, it's for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex, but it's to be sure that the people who are watching my videos get value from it, because at the end of the day, your time is precious as well. So make sure that it is relevant to you. So that's what they want. So we look at the different phases of silence. When you start stopping any communication with them, so radio silence, no contact, however you call it. Breakup is a painful process. It was a painful process for you. It's also a painful process for your ex. And being away will release that pressure. They thought about that decision for months before they announced it to you. And that pressure built up. You didn't see it. You might have seen signs before they announced the breakup, but for them it's a burden that they kept for months and months before they announced the breakup. And the thing is, they need that space. They will enjoy that space because they want to release that pressure. And I did a video before that about that release phase, that specific release phase. And it's fine. The thing is, you want them to go through that release phase as quickly as possible. If you make the breakup harder than it should be, then you will postpone that release phase. And in a way, that release phase will be longer. So, case one, breakup, it's sort of smooth. Your ex will be released, will be happy to enjoy that time, and we'll see how long it will be. And then we're gonna go to the different phases. Option B, you're clingy, you're needy, you spam your ex with text. What's gonna create is that pressure that they have, that resentment that they have in their mind in terms of regarding that breakup will still stay. They want to be free of those thoughts, and by being there on their back consistently and making the breakup harder than it is, they would really push you back even more to enjoy that release phase. And when they do, that release phase will be really longer. And this is actually also the best way for your ex to find someone, because you would have been such a pain in the ass in the process that they actually be actively looking for someone to turn the page. Now, it's a mature way to get your revenge. Silence. I know it's hard. You've perhaps tried to beg, plead, threaten, yelled. Obviously, it didn't work, because these are expected behavior that also, in a way, confronts their position of power. They decided to break up with you. They took that decision. They feel superior in a way. They feel they have the power. But by ignoring them, you send a message. And that message, in between lines, is that you reject them as well. So in a way, it's like likes for likes. They rejected you, or you feel rejected. You show them the same thing in return. And it's going to have really a shock in their head because it's not something they expected. And this is really important because you're going to trigger the other phase of that process. They called all in, and you're not bluffing. They said, I want to split up. I want to take a break. And you say, okay, I don't agree, but I accept. I think we both need that space. And yeah, let's move on. They're probably not sure. That's the thing. This thing in the gold medalist is, when you have interviews of people who just won the gold medal, they say like, it's amazing, it's just the best day of my life, but I still don't realize. I need time to process. And this is what's going to happen. They need time to process that decision. They have this idea. Maybe they nurture these ideas for months, as I discussed. But when it's real, when it's there, once you're not around anymore, once you're not there to share them some moments, they're going to feel that those happy moments that they failed to realize when you were together are not there anymore. And those friction, those fights that they thought was unbearable and created that breakup, well, they don't feel that was too much. And that's what we want to create with that silence. It's the realization phase. This is real. I wanted this breakup. It took me a lot of courage. Maybe I was impulsive, maybe something I thought for a while, but now it's real. So how is my life now that I'm really single? How is my life now that I've actually said no to probably the most important person in my life? And again, that's why you need to take the test, because it's really what I assess is really to make sure that you're in love and you have strong foundations to be a strong couple, to have sustainable and long relationship. This is what I want to recover. This is my typical client in a way. And they will assess. So after that phase, same as what you're doing right now, they will assess their life. So you're watching this video because you want to know, you want answers. And it is great, and you want to learn from that breakup. Some people, they just, they get dumped and they're like, yeah, whatever, I'm not good at anything, I'll never find anyone. And they don't seek to understand what's going on. They don't seek to understand how they could fix that problem. So you're amongst the people who want to learn, who want to grow, and it is great. Well done. I would argue that your ex will do the same. Maybe not by watching my videos, but they will reflect. They will reflect, now that you're not around anymore, why it didn't work. What do I really want? Now that I'm single, I have the choice, because when you're in a relationship, you can't really decide whether you'll be with your ex, with your partner or not. You're with your partner. Now that you're single, you can choose. They also can think of whether they were clairvoyant when they made the decision. A lot of the time, it's really impulsive. It's something that came as emotional, maybe because they have a midlife crisis or this kind of stuff. And they will reflect on, okay, but now that I'm single, is it really what I want? And it's the assessment phase, okay? So basically, I'm gonna recap the timeline, and you can only make them go through those phases with silence. If you're on their back, if you're talking to them every day, if you are posting things on social media just to have their attention and stuff like that, they won't be able to have that space. Remember that gold medalist who just won the Olympics race or whatever, he needs time to realize. It's like, oh, I need to realize. It's too fresh now, I need to realize. And you need to have your ex go through that phase of realization and assessment. And this is where you can recover your relationship and when you will get back with your ex. So the recap, you release, you create that release. I feel great finally. And this is the thoughts they're gonna have in their head. I feel great finally. Finally single. Then you ignore them, and they'll start to feel lonely. When you've been in a relationship for a while, of course there's a dynamic of, I know that I'm valued because I have someone I can rely on. They can't rely on you anymore. They don't have this social support anymore. And it is also why it's so hard for you, that breakup, but they share the same pain. The realization is, what if I did something wrong? It's really about the reflection and thinking, perhaps, I was a bit too harsh, obviously it's 50-50, that breakup, so what shall I do differently? And the assessment, shall I give him, her a second chance? And this is when and where you have to put your effort. This is where, when they assess the situation, when they assess their life, they're gonna be looking at, okay, I'm single. I decided to end the relationship with my partner, but now I'm just gonna assess, how is he right now? How is she? Do I see, when I see him, do I see the same behavior? Do I see that he grew as a result of that breakup? Did he understand, or did she understand what I meant when we had those arguments, when we had those fights? Am I attracted to that person? Because I fell in love with that person, I can fall in love with that person again. So that's very important. It's how you can create that attraction, how you can change their perception, because their perception can change. Because you've built something really strong in that relationship, and again, that's why I assess whether you're the right person to watch this video. Then you can use that at your advantage. You can assess. But only if you go through those phases, only when you let them go through those phases, they can realize this assessment phase. So it's really where you need to put your effort. It's really where I put a lot of my time with my clients, is the assessment phase. Is whenever you break no contact, whenever your ex reaches out, what do you want to showcase? You have to market yourself in a way. I'm not saying that you should lie, but you should have to market yourself to change the perception, to let them understand that you're the right solution, and this is how you get back with an ex. But this is the fourth phase. You need to go through those phases. If you skip one, if you try to rush this, then you're not going to reach out the assessment phase. You're not going to get your ex to really think through that relationship and think about their option. And I did a video recently about someone who sent me an email, a dumper who sent me an email, and his ex was constantly on her back. And as soon as she stopped, he had this opportunity to reflect. This opportunity to feel like, I missed that person that I was with. I didn't miss that person who was clingy, who was needy, who begged, but I missed the person I was with. And now I have the choice. I can decide. And there will be 100% of the time, your ex will have in their head this thought of, what should I decide? As soon as what shall I decide, you can be one of the options. Okay? And if you one of the options, it means that you can get back with them. Maybe they'll think like 50-50. Maybe they think like 60-40. And this is what I help my clients do, is that how you increase that probability, how you increase that perception, how you increase your chance to get back with your ex. Because by doing the right things, by showcasing the right things, by working on yourself, your ex will understand that they made the wrong decision. Your ex will understand that they have to give you a second chance. It's the only option for them. If you like the video, don't forget to click on the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.